This is the world of technological background with lot of state of art technology that is booming. Even though all this technological basic is have some basic foundations, but the network and this client server technology is ever extending component in this world, and at the same time all other technological areas and departments, they are widely using the greatest wonderful and fully efficient technology, that is the client server technology. First, you have to understand what is the meaning for client and server. Client and servers are the two different logical entities that are communicated together over the network for sharing their resources. Resource sharing is the main component of this client server technology. Then you may have an idea or a question in your mind, what is resource and how it is going to share the resource. For that we need some unique model of communication system and technology, and here the communication system is nowadays the recent wireless communication media. Before that we are using the telephone network for communication. There physically present a device or element with communication cables. Nowadays we are totally eradicating the method of using physical cables. By using microwave communication media, we are achieving the task of interconnecting the two devices, and it has to be extended further for millions of end user. It is going to connect with this single machine that we define it as the server. Then you may have a question in your mind, what does it mean, a server? Server is the provider of service, client is the requester of service. So that what is collected in that server machine? Everything is collected into the server machine, that in our computer world we are often talking about the hardware, software, and here it is going to interconnect hardware and software in this occasion. Actually this begins in the era of 1965, that is the first network, ARPANET, was designed by American Research Project Agency's network and that CERN corporation. Here actually they keep it in mind to interconnect the scientists and politicians and some higher bodies in this various departments, so that they have to introduce the concept of this networking. There they wish to communicate between two devices, that is the ARPANET, American Standard Research Project Agency's network. That is the first network started in the year 1963. For example, in this scenario, some persons or some client want to access some information into the network, and somebody may have to collaborate with their work, with their colleagues, or whatever it may be. In general, we have to consider it as the resource sharing. In this, there are two different types of environment. One is peer-to-peer, another one is client-server technology. Here we must first clearly understand what does it mean peer-to-peer. That is, in between the two clients, one is requester of service, another one is provider of service. Here there is no centralized server machine that exists here. And then in this client server technology, we are having a server machine. It is taking full responsibility to share the user's request. You know what are the application areas of this client server technology? That is actually first and foremost thing here is we are mailing, chatting, surfing, and we are doing some sports related activities or entertainment, whatever it may be. Here it is able to communicate with the sender and receiver. Here first thing here is email application. In this application, email client sends a message to the server. Server is, before going to take this message into the next client, it has to be lodged in the server machine. In the server machine, we are using the method of plain post office protocol server. This is actually the traditional method of sharing information between two clients. The expansion for POP is post office protocol. Then it is transferred to the client. Before that, all these things happen with the help of simple mail transfer protocol, that is SMTP, that is available in the server machine. That is one of the protocol responsible to receive all the mails from different varieties of clients. At the same time, at this juncture, I wish to explain one of the very important and unique characteristic of this client server technology, that is, in this universe, not all systems are unique. Here, there are incompatible devices. That I mean, in different devices, they are loading different softwares and operating system software. Here, that are DOS operating system, Unix, Linux, and Mac operating system. There are varieties of operating system. If we are loading all these things, we have to explain the scenario as incompatible because they are using different varieties of hardware also. So that how do the client server technology that is able to communicate between these incompatible devices. For that, it is having some of the unique characteristics that are services, shared resources, asymmetrical protocols, transparency of location, mix and match, message-based exchanges, encapsulation of services, scalability and integrity. Services in the sense, client is the provider, requester of service, and servers are the provider of service. Shared resources, here the resources are available in different locations because it is highly impossible to store all the requested resources within a single server machine, so that it has to be distributed in different locations. That I mean, a snapshot of the very same resource has to be kept in different locations. It is the responsibility of the server machine to go and request for the resources and collect all the requested resources and send this to the appropriate client machine. Then asymmetrical protocol. If we have a discussion regarding this asymmetrical protocol, not all the protocols are alike. These protocols are a set of rules and conventions that are specifically prepared for different varieties of applications, that at the same time network topologies also. Network topology may be different varieties that are star, ring, and tree and irregular. We have a lot of structure. And finally, the fully interconnected topology, that is the only technology nowadays we are using. It is able to interconnect all different varieties of network topology. So for that, we are using one standard protocol, that is the International Standard Organization's open When we come across the transparency of location, the location has to be never shared by any individual user or server machine, because here we are going to give interconnect with this network by login. Here, single login will be sufficient to interconnect what are all the resources available in the network with this internet technology. Here, we have no way to introduce the location of a server machine. Simply, we are going to provide the title of the particular resource. Then it is the responsibility of the server machine to go and find where it is available and provide that resource to the individual or requested user. Mix and match. Here, even though we are having different varieties of network topology, here the backbone for this is internet